In a society where people rely on most things to be mass produced, we also end up producing one of the biggest threats to ecological health: plastic. When talking about plastic pollution, most people think about animals suffering in their habitats or plants suffocating underneath trash. But a question that often gets left out when it comes to plastic pollution conversations: what exactly does plastic do to the soil? Outside of accidental pollution, one of the biggest contributors to plastic pollution is agricultural use. Farms often use plastic for mulching and fodder wraps. Farms also use plastic to build greenhouses, irrigation tubing, and plastic cups or bottles when they plant seedlings in the beginning of the season. The problem with leaving plastics in the soil is that they don't decompose, they just get smaller. Instead of assimilating into the soil, they affect nutrient cycling and availability, water drainage, the health of microorganisms and plants, as well as the toxicity levels of soil. This is a chart highlighting how plastics in soil can cycle through each of the components of the soil and ultimately damage the products. Soil products also include our crops, which affect our health. Plastic presence in the soil also changes the structure. Research showed that only 0.4% of the soil composition had to be plastic to disrupt the water cycling. Since plastic has hydrophobic properties, presence in the soil will repel water away from the soil particles and roots of the plants. In addition to reducing water availability, chlorinated plastic releases chemicals that alter the soil chemical composition. Excess chlorine in the soil can be toxic to the plants, animals, and humans that benefit from the soil. In conclusion, keeping our soil healthy and free of plastics is essential to keeping our crops healthy, as well as our environment.